Greetings, I am Count Arcanus, and today I will be reviewing the Saberforge version 3 blade. I'm going to begin by showing the version 1 blade which I possess, and then move on to the version 2, and then show the version 3 which I was fortunate enough to receive from Phil Isherwood of Saberforge. So, the version 1 blade. As you can see, it's very bright. I have it in my Saberforge Venom, Endurance of Hate, and it looks very bright, and it's pretty evenly lit all the way along to the tip. I do like very much the new style of tips that Saberforge are using, which have a different arrangement internally so that they produce a much better brightness at this end of the blade. It's difficult on camera to pick up exactly what this looks like in person. What I tend to find with the version 1 is, because it's not lined, it tends to dim a little bit in person towards this end of the blade. But overall, it's a very, very good blade. It's a nice weight for manoeuvring around, and this is round about a 33-inch blade to the tip, which I personally like a lot. So it's a very, very good blade. Now, the version 2. Now, in person, this blade does look brighter. It's a lined, transparent blade. It has, once again, this new tip arrangement, which does make for a really nice lighting at this end. It's an extremely even colour all the way along. But what you find with this blade is that because it's transparent and then lined, you get a little bit of that, what is generally referred to as light in a tube effect, which again in person is very easy to see. It's probably difficult on the camera. The way you can see it on the camera is the blade has a tendency to look thinner. Now, if that's something that you like, this is a very good blade to go for. It is heavier than the version 1 by a small amount, but it does make a difference to the way the saber feels. So it is something to bear in mind. But it's still a really nice blade, very, very durable. It's a heavy grade blade, so it's perfect for all of your dueling needs. So that's the version 2. Now we're going to move on to the version 3. Now this is the version 3 blade. It's not a transparent polycarbonate, and it's not the same original white polycarbonate that the version 1s were made of. It has a frosted appearance to it, which is very interesting. It's a very beautiful looking blade, actually, when not lit, I think. Has a kind of a pearlescent quality. But because it's not transparent, you get rid of that light in a tube effect. So you get a fuller blade. Now the colour and the brightness on this blade is much more even all the way along to the tip, we still have the Infinity Edge tip here, which is just fantastic. But we get now, the whole blade is a lot more evenly coloured and is a lot brighter. I've taken still images with this blade that have virtually blown out the camera, even in quite well lit circumstances. So this undoubtedly is, for me, the most effective and beautiful blade that I possess and that I have ever seen. It's nice to see that Saberforge are constantly looking for improvement and for ways of making what they produce better, and this is leaps and bounds, I feel, better than any other similar blade that I have certainly seen, either in person or on camera. And I love it. It is lighter than the version 2, so it's more of the sort of weight of the version 1, so it suits my particular style of sabering better as well. I have a 32 in here, and it actually is 32 inches from the bottom of the blade to the tip, so there is a very slight reduction in blade length, but the overall weight of this blade is less, despite the fact that it is still an extremely thick walled blade. It is lined, which I think helps with the colour and brightness distribution. So that is what the version 3 looks like in my Venom, Endurance of Hate. I'm going to show you now what it looks like in another saber which I have, because the colour is different. Now here I have an Ultra Sabers Eon version 2, which is a saber that I inherited, and this is in Arctic blue. So it is red, can tend to be a little bit less bright than some of the other colours, and Arctic blue is definitely one of the brightest colours you're likely to see. It must be something to do with the colour spectrum that just makes blue stand out that much more, but this is unbelievably bright, even with a power cell that is not terribly well charged. Again, we have the same sort of effect, that it is really well lit all the way along the blade, and the tip once again is fantastically well lit. The colour is very even all the way along this blade in person. It will be interesting to see how that shows up on camera. But I just thought I would give you a quick look at how this looks in a different colour, so that you can sort of compare the effect with the two different colours. But I have to say, it is a blade I'm extremely happy with, very pleased that I have, and extremely grateful to Phil Isherwood of Saberforge for sending me one, so that I can use it and I can obviously do this review, and just it gives me an opportunity to say thank you to him for doing that. It's without doubt my favourite blade that I possess, and I will most definitely be getting more of them. So I think it only really remains for me to say thank you for watching. Thank you to Phil Isherwood and all at Saberforge for continuing to produce some amazing products, and may the force be with you.